whatever happened to the days of Douglas MacArthur? I mean, he'd go and attack. He wouldn't talk. I mean, we have to, it's sort of like either do it or don't do it.
You're saying the leash on this is getting kind of short here, that the president has got to do something, presumably sooner rather than later, and stringing this along could ultimately hurt us.
Well, he's either got to do something or not do something. Yeah. Perhaps, because perhaps he shouldn't be doing it yet. And perhaps we should be waiting for the United Nations. He's under a lot of pressure. I think he's doing a very good job, but of course, if you look at the polls, a lot of people are getting a little tired. I think the Iraqi situation is a problem, and I think the economy is a much bigger problem.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, what that soundbite was, and it's available at thegatewaypundit.com, was Donald Trump with Neil Cavuto in 2003 talking about Iraq. Should we go in, should we not go in? Just like he said to Lester Holt yesterday, he said, I wasn't for it. I wasn't. And Lester Holt said, oh, no, that's not true. And then Donald Trump said that it is true. It's just a mainstream media fantasy or something like that. And there you heard him say, we have to, it's sort of like either do it or don't. Well, Bush has either got to do something or not do something, perhaps, because perhaps he shouldn't be doing it yet. He should wait for the United Nations. Then he went on to say that the economy is a much bigger problem. So while he did tell Howard Stern, yeah, I guess, and he admitted that, he also told Neil Cavuto maybe we shouldn't be going in. Jim Hoft joins us. He's the man who runs thegatewaypundit.com, conservative blogger and investigative reporter. Jim, welcome back, sir. I got to tell you, they don't let up on this same garbage over and over and over again. And tell me why this is relevant anyway when he was a private citizen giving an opinion. He didn't see any intelligence. He wasn't briefed. He was a private citizen like you and me, and they're comparing it to Hillary voting to go into the war.
Absolutely. He has no responsibility here. Hillary, again, she voted to send troops there. And yet they're badgering Trump for this. It's ridiculous. It's getting harder and harder to see the difference between the media and the Democrat Party. It's like they're one unit today. I've never seen it so clearly as I have this year.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely. And let's talk about Lester Holt. And by the way, I think Trump made a mistake, wasting time on that. What he should just say is, look, anybody who's interested, Google Neil Cavuto interview with me from 2003 on this, and you'll see the answer for yourself. I think he wasted too much time. He should have blasted Hillary for her vote to go in, or he should have turned it into Benghazi and instead asked Sean Hannity, he wasted way too much time on this.
Absolutely. And what's interesting about this, too, is WikiLeaks, which is traditionally a left-wing website, all of their people thought that Trump won last night. And they spoke a lot on their Twitter feed today about the Iraq war and Hillary. And so these debate moderators aren't fooling everyone because there's still a lot of leftists that understand that Hillary is the one who sent troops to Iraq.
By the way, before we get to Lester Holt, 81 million, they say, watch the debate. They were predicting 100 million. 81 million is 81 million. But is that a disappointment? Does that surprise you as less than we expected?
It's still a huge audience, and a lot of people may have tuned in the first 30 minutes and flicked to a different channel, and that's when Trump did his best job. So I think it's a win. I think most people wanted to see if Trump looked presidential, and he passed that test in flying colors.
Yeah, absolutely did. Absolutely did. He just missed so many opportunities. But let's focus on some of the stories you have at thegatewaypundit.com. And one of them talks about Lester Holt, and I've been talking about the fact that Clinton got no follow-up in the debate, and Donald Trump got followed up 6 times, and his honesty and integrity were questioned, and his answers were questioned by Lester Holt. And you have a story here that you wrote talking about how Holt interrupted Trump 41 times compared to 7 times for Hillary, and lied about his positions as well.
Absolutely, and that wasn't the only lie, was the Iraq war, but he also he hit Trump on another topic, and Trump was innocent in that too. And I'm missing it in my mind right now, but they spent a lot of time on it, so Lester Holt he's in the tank for Hillary. It was very disappointing.
Are you talking about the birther?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that birth. I couldn't believe that he brought that up as a topic, as one of the main topics of the night.
Right. And they blew a bunch of time on that, and it has nothing to do with national security, the economy, anything like that.
All right. So we got we've established Holt. We've established the truth that Trump told about the Neil Cavuto, and kudos to you for putting up, and kudos to Cavuto for playing it last night after the interview was mentioned and he became a topic of conversation. So I think it's very important. Now, Hillary, you also have a story up on Hillary, what she did today, where she went today, and the very small crowd that greeted her today. Talk about it.
Right. Well, as you know, and your audience knows, Trump, when he goes out to an event, and he's holding an event today in Florida where there's going to be 10,000 people at an airport hangar. Hillary, she scheduled a little event at a technical school. It's in the gym there. And I posted a few pictures, but it looks like maybe 300 to 500 people, you know, not a huge crowd at all. And this is a presidential candidate. So it's surprising that not more people are on board with, you know, Hillary getting stronger together. That
is absolutely incredible. You would think if she did so well and if she rallied her base even, that, you know, and even at a small university, you think they'd be out in droves. But I got to tell you, this is the problem she's having with young people. They're more apt. You know, I've seen several stories written today about independents who watched the debate and decided they're going to vote for Trump. And a lot of these are young people who just can't stand Hillary. Maybe they were Bernie supporters, or for whatever reason, they can't stand her. And either they're going for one of the third parties, or they're saying, Trump would be different, let's give him a chance.
Right, and we saw that Hillary's numbers with millennials dropped like 17 points since the beginning of September. So she's in deep water now, and there's no way she can win if she doesn't get the millennials out.
Absolutely not. All right, now back to WikiLeaks for a second. Another story you have up talks about, and I don't know how they know this. I mean, did they see this in an email or something? I don't know. I mean, you tell me how they know it, that the debate officials adjusted the camera on Clinton to give her an authoritative look. Now, we had heard a lot about custom-built podiums, and I was afraid they looked from the back when they gave an opening shot, at least. They looked the same to me. I didn't see any custom-made about anything that made one look different from the other. But certainly what I did notice, and I think I had CNN on the entire time, was the close-up of them. Like you and I right now are in boxes. Nobody could tell how tall you are or how tall I am, even though we're sitting. Even if we were standing, we would adjust the camera. Is that what they did to make Hillary, or to hide the fact that Hillary is, you know, almost a foot shorter?
Well, they adjusted the cameras, and this was from WikiLeaks' Twitter feed. They adjusted the cameras to look up at Hillary so she looks more authoritative. And she's actually big in a lot of the screens compared to Trump. They also have Trump, and this is probably his campaign's fault, but he's twisting and turning a lot when he's talking to Hillary. So it doesn't look as, you know, as like he has the posture, the confidence when you're twisting and turning. So, you know, it's just one of those small little things that people notice.
Yeah, but I wonder, how do they know that? How do they know that they shot? Are they just noticing the technical aspect of it that any one of us could have noticed, or did they see something and did they hack into something and find out? How do they know?
It wasn't from a leaked email.
Okay.
From the DNC.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That explains that. So let's talk. We got a minute and a half left, Jim, and just give me your take on it. Again, so many missed opportunities, and I go back to the tax issue. You know, Biden's out there today hounding, oh, you didn't pay taxes. Hillary said, oh, so you didn't pay taxes to fund the military, this, that. What Trump should have said, it was incumbent upon him to say was, folks, she's implying I did something illegal or wrong. If I manage not to pay taxes, federal taxes legally, if you manage that with your accountant and your deductions that you take for your home or whatever, that's a good thing. Everybody strives for that. It's not illegal and it's not morally wrong. But he didn't say that. So I'm afraid a lot of people came away with the impression that he broke the law.
Right. And, you know, as you said, everyone does this. Everyone in the whole country. You try to pay the least amount of taxes as you can. So if people think about it, you know, it's a really weak argument from Hillary. I think the good thing about this debate was the fact that Hillary, she blew every bullet in her magazine. It's gone. She fired them all off. Trump, he still has a holster full of bullets. He hasn't used anything yet. So if he has to in the next 2 debates, he can pound her on issue after issue.
No,
so I think that favors Trump.
Very good point. Jim, thank you as always, sir. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.
Jim Hoft, ladies and gentlemen. When we return, our political panel with Sam Nunberg and Brent Badowski. It's on deck, as they say. Don't go away.